Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of America. Coming to you from the great, the one and only San Joaquin Valley, aka also known as the Central Valley, the heart of the sunrise. That's a song by Yes. It's called Long Distance. I'd sing it to you, but I don't have a guitar. And if I had a guitar, I don't know how to play it anyway. But I could fake it. Fake it till you shake and bake it, right? Bake it till you shake and bake it. Well, I can't shake and bake anything because I don't have an oven. And nothing says loving like something from the oven. So I know that there's probably somebody out there who's probably saying, "Oh, he said he hasn't watched TV in so long." He said he hasn't watched TV in so long, but he's talking about this girl who said she was a foxy lady. Down, 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 down. I see you. You're down on the street. Oh, foxy. Dun, 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 dun. What's the difference between a fox and a coyote? Not very much. They're both dogs. Okay. I guess the people out in Alabama would know. Louisiana. Louisiana has some crazy bridges. Now I see why they're saying this, that, that they built the country, right? They must have built those bridges. That's what they're talking about. Because that took some serious freaking work. Who the hell built those things? Have you ever seen them? It's outrageous. What's going on, chat? Guess I'm just in here dancing with myself. Ho, 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 ho. And I'm dancing with myself. Did I ever tell you about the one girl who was dancing? I mean, she was getting it on, man. And she was a white girl. And she was getting it on. She was dancing to, I think it was Let It Whip. Don't, 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 don't. uh, so, we're going to talk about some stuff to raise the social conscious awareness of it. People start talking. I know whatever you say, it always comes back. They fire back with something, right? The evil ones, the dumb ones, the idiots, right? And the ones who just screwing around. Okay, so I see my signal's pretty good. Pretty good in the hood, and I don't mean hood. You ready to get some cumbersome? She calls me Goliath and I wear a David mask. I guess the stones are coming too fast at her now. You know, I'd like to believe this nervousness will pass. Okay. I wish they'd get rid of that damn copyright bullcrap. Right? Right. Bloody well right. You got a right to say right. Okay, what the hell's going on? There should be like thousands of people tuning in right now. That's so freaking weird. Put some hearts in the chat, viewers. Viewers, put some hearts in the chat. Red, blue, green, yellow, and green. It's a funky scene. Doo-doo. All night thing. Okay, so we got that working. Now we needed some people coming here and start chat. And I don't mean Chattanooga, Tennessee. All right. I've been through Chattanooga. Is that the one that's right beneath Knoxville? It goes Knoxville, that's where the time changes. It goes Knoxville, then when it goes down, that's Chattanooga. I don't know. I'd have to look at the map. Okay. I don't know why I'm feeling so tired. Maybe parasites. Man, if I lived in Tennessee, I'd order me some of that ivermectin and fenbendazole. All right, can't get it over here. You can't get it in 45 states. You can't get it 46 states. You can only get it, walk into the store and buy it yourself over the counter in Idaho, Tennessee, Louisiana, and Arkansas. So, just waiting for some people to come in here. As soon as some people come in here, we'll get it going on. You know what I mean? Maybe if I turn this orgone accumulator, tuning in, maybe it'll tune the people in. You know, it works on psionic energy, right? Maybe it'll hit the YouTube sine waves, right? And the interstellar astral plane. Probably if I beam it towards the what's this moon called? Is it the wolf moon or something? It's going to be the brightest moon of the year tonight. This moon that comes on, maybe if I beam it towards it, it'll reflect off into onto Venus, right? And into the astral plane. Okie dokie. You know what this is, right? Oregon. Okay, so did it work? No. Still no people in here. They got me sandboxed or what? I need some chapstick. So did they harvest all the hemp? Right? Did they harvest all the hemp? Yeah, they're really growing hemp, right? That's freaking weed. Straight up freaking weed. I didn't drive by there. Okay, so I'm waiting for some people to come in here so we can get some cumbersome. Did I ever tell you that I wrecked on a motorcycle? Man. It was on the dirt, but it was hard dirt. Talk about, oh my goodness. You should have seen me. My whole face right here. It was all freaking scab. And I still went to school. I was in college. I was taking microbiology. And teacher looked at me. He was like, man, I didn't even go to the hospital. But I was toe up from the flow up. And now, I got this thing this year, which it went down. I guess they call that tendinitis. Because I was pulling on this one damn thing. And freaking the whole freaking thing popped out. Like, what the F? Freaking hurt, man. It's from that accident. Motorcycle. This is when this is when they were saying that which one is it? Is it the dirt bike? Is it the 4-stroke or the 2-stroke? Right? The dirt bikes are 4-stroke or 2-stroke, and then the street bikes are 4-stroke or 2-stroke. I'm thinking it's 4-stroke. No, it's not 4-stroke. Is it 2-stroke? I don't know. Let me ask AI. It's the one that sounds like wing, 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 and it's going down, it's hitting bumps. It's tearing it up, right? The old YZ80s and the RM80s back from the 70s. It was like YZ80 was like the king, man, right? Then there was these one dudes who they'd drive like the 150s or 175. Yeah, it was the 175 because the Enduro was 180 or 185. And the YZ was like, it was like a 175. That was the one above the YZ80. The YZ80 was like for kids, right? Teenagers. 13 years old, right? They'd be driving the YZ80s. It was cool like a mofo, dude. And then you had Honda. Hondas looked sweet. And Kawasaki's, we never even saw the Kawasaki's. And when I met this one dude, he was like Kawasaki is the best, right? He was smart. and too smart for his own good. And yeah, the Kawasaki this and that. One time he went out and shot at 22. He took one bullet with him. And we went out there with the 22 freaking rifle, dude. We were only 13, 14 years old. 13. And I didn't know what the hell was going on. But he took one bullet. And we went out there and he's like, he freaking got a rush or something. Right? Because apparently he knew the laws, on it, and you're not supposed to be doing that. And I remember that. Because, even when I was 12, 11 or 12, before I knew this guy, we'd go out into the country and we'd shoot 22s. You'd go way out the mountains and you'd shoot across the ravine, right? So it was interesting, but they shot a rabbit and I didn't think that was too cool. I was like, what the hell are you shooting the damn rabbits for? Just like they show these hunters, right? These hunters are showing up. They're finding them, some of them they find them alive, some of them they find them not alive. And it's just like, that must be karma, right? You're out there freaking hunting down these animals when you have plenty of freaking, well, maybe. I remember when we went up to, over here, it's called Parkside. And it's in California. It's supposed to be the central thing of the earthquakes. It's in Parkside, California. And we used to drive up there and you can go hunting. That's where I shot that deer rifle. I was probably 20 something years old. And so you see these guys, these things happening to them, these hunters. And maybe it's karma, because they're out there shooting bows and arrows at these freaking elk and deer. I mean, I can understand the American Indian, the indigenous Native Americans. I can understand them because they were doing it to get the damn thing and go back and feed the whole freaking tribe. Okay, I can understand that. But just to murder the animal for nothing? I know some people turn it into beef jerky, and the beef jerky is excellent. We ate bags and bags of it. I used to know this one girl who, her brother used to hunt deer and he'd make beef jerky out of it. We'd eat bags and bags of it, man. That stuff is excellent. Yeah, so these guys, they go out there and they shoot bows and arrows at these damn things, man. That's freaking cold-blooded. I mean, if you're not trying to feed your people, you're just doing it for sport. That's something else. And so I don't know how I got on the subject of that. But, so I wanted to talk about, okay, I see there's somebody came into the room. Hello, someone who came into the room. I want to talk about a few things here, and of course, we'll talk about Orange Man. We'll talk about Orange Man. I try to make sense of it. That the creator is in charge. He put Orange Man in here to do some things, just like he put Hitler here to do some things. I wasn't here around Hitler times. I don't know if all this crap, the way they make crap bullshit up, dude, the way they make bull crap up, I really wonder if the crap is even true. Right? But, you put Hitler here for a reason. And I wanted to talk about this one channel. The name is so difficult to remember. It's a dude, and he dresses up like a freaking warrior. I've got him up on my Facebook right now. And he dresses up like a warrior. And he's saying all these things, and I got no problem with it. I absolutely have no freaking problem with it at all. I could sit down and talk to this dude and freaking crack up laughing, right? But some people do. So, in my opinion, these people who have a problem with it are freaking haters. Who knows? Who knows really what the F is going on? But you don't take somebody and freaking hang them up and freaking set them on fire and make a party about it. Okay? That's freaking crossing the line, dude. You're a freaking devil. You're a freaking devil, dude. That's not God sent. That's not someone God sent to do something. How could he be so mad at somebody to set him on fire like that? I don't think so. I think that is Lucifer, according to the heights in the Holy Quran. But we're here and we're left to these decisions, right? Who's doing what? Well, I think the ones who are doing wrong are Lucifer and the fallen angels. They're mixed with human. But anyhow, so I'm just letting you know, I'm not taking sides. Okay? And so this guy, he says, and I believe in reincarnation. I believe if you've excuse my language, if you've fucked up and you've did things that are sinful or bad, right? Philosophically, somebody said there is no good or evil, only man makes it so, or something like that, which the guy was probably full of shit. But I'm just telling you, I'm just, like, somebody's freaking wrong, right? Somebody's being a fucking stingy, big freaking hog. That's why Ozzy Osbourne made the song War Pigs. Okay? You listen to War Pigs. This is prophecy. Okay? Eventually, I think they're going to drop the big one. And so that being said, with that being said, taking that into consideration, what's my point? Okay, so this guy, I don't know if he believes in reincarnation or not, but I do, because Nikola Tesla said it makes sense. Okay? And I've thought about it a lot, and I'm like, man, that's rough. That is rough, man. Going through all that again and, you know, being born. To me, that seems like freaking, I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess some females, they just know instinctively, right? But to me, it seems freaking, it seems extreme. And look at that little kid. You see that little kid, that dude murdered his kid. He was only like, I think, 1 year old. Look at that kid. Look at his face. What must he have done to get reincarnated into that, man? A little 1 year old kid, probably not even 1 year old, and the look on his face. What the hell is going on? This is crazy. Talking about the thing that happened down here in San Bernardino. I'm finding out about all these things on Facebook. And it's amazing because they didn't used to tell the people what was going on like they are now. And so this person, I don't know his name because he named his channel so freaking stupid. He named his channel so freaking stupid. How in the hell is anybody supposed to remember your freaking channel when you name it so freaking stupid of a freaking name? Okay? But anyhow, it's some Egyptian king or warrior, and so he's saying that they are the superior race, and it has pictures of this king, and it looks like them. Okay, their features. One thing I never took in college. I'll probably have to make a couple of these videos. I'm going to stop this one and then have to go take care of some stuff outside. I got to go change the oil in the car, and then I'll come back and start the video again. But one thing on these kings that were from Egypt, one thing I never took in college was what's it called? It's where you study the different kinds of people on Earth. What the hell is that called? Study the caveman and stuff like this. Well, I don't remember what it's called right now. But etiology or something like that. Because they said that there's basically like 8 different types of humans or something like that. I never studied that class, humanology or something like that. Anthropology. That's the only class that I did not take. I wanted to, but I can never find the right book. Right? I can never find a book on anthropology. You know, when you go into the bookstore and you look at the books and you say, well, this is what I'd like to learn about this, right? Why not, right? And so he shows these kings from Egypt, and it has features like them. Their facial features are like them. And he said, this was the superior race. And we came and we found you the other races that are superior now. Okay? The superior races that are calling the shots right now, that put you in prison right now, that sentence you the freaking firing squad right now. Right? They tell you when to jump, they tell you when to sleep, they tell you when to wipe your butt. Right? This race, the billionaires. Look at them. And there's billionaires all over the world, even in Africa. And, you know, Congo has a king. Right? Congo is supposed to be the poorest place on earth. And so you have these kings and in Egypt, and there was like two Tut in common, right? King Tut, and all these different kings, and they were mummified, and they had statues of them. Well, he has on his page, he has a statue of this one king, and it looks like them, right? They were the rulers back in the day. And so, and they were supposed to come and find the other races, the races that are kings now. And they found them in caves hiding, right? And they didn't take care of themselves. They didn't wash themselves. All this, I don't know where the hell they're getting this crap from. And so I'm like thinking, because he comes out and says it. He says, we are the superior race. And I'm thinking, well, trying to put all these pieces of the puzzle together. And I'm thinking, you know what it must be? Taking reincarnation into whatever consideration, and all these different things that you've learned. I said, probably what it must be is that superior, yes, in strength, right? Physical strength. This is when Neanderthal was, coming out or whatever. It was about, there wasn't no freaking lawyers. There wasn't no freaking courts, right? It was about who could beat the crap out of somebody else and submit them to their will. I don't know how to say the words right. To make them beat the hell out of them to do whatever the hell they wanted them to do, right? Like in prison. And and so I'm thinking, well, that must have been what it is. That they had brute physical force. And they were beating the crap out of these dudes. Right? And they were making them the slaves. It was backwards. Just like the Holy Scriptures say, the ones who are going to be on the bottom are going to be on top. The ones who are on top are going to be on bottom. And so I'm thinking, they must have been beating the crap out of these dudes, right? Making them do all the slave work for them, right? Not that they were mentally superior, but they were superior in physical strength. And so the oppressed people use their thinking skills just like girls do, right? Girls use their thinking against their oppressor, right? Because they don't have the physical strength. And so that must have been what it is. And they outdone them mentally, right? Mentally, they outdone them and made them the freaking, see what I'm saying? Made them the oppressed. I'm just saying. Because back then, there were no freaking courts. Before there was Caesar's palace. Caesar's palace, yours is no disgrace. Dum, 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 dum. So anyway, that's part one. Stay tuned for part two, where I'm going to be talking about these heathens who have become the multi-billionaires, and how this one lady is talking about a certain sexual orientation. I told you she was the most seductive thing I've ever seen. And like I said, I don't watch TV. I didn't even watch the episodes when they were being broadcast on TV. Okay? I was out doing my own thing. I had stopped by this time when these videos were airing. I had stopped watching TV. Okay? And well, then for a little while I watched just a couple, right? A couple of black and whites, Beverly Hillbillies and Green Acres while it was in color. And just a couple of those when I was going to college and I was living in Armona, California. But I totally skipped those episodes. I saw her on internet and I was like, what the hell? Right? I was like, how did she get away with saying this stuff? Right? And she was fine like a mofo, dude. She was fine. And I looked for her and saw her in what she looks like in real life when she's not on these videos. She doesn't look the same. But like I told you, I saw someone in real life that looks like the person she was portraying. So she must be out there somewhere. A chick like that. I've never seen her. But anyhow, I was on my next live stream, I'm going to talk about how what she's talking about has to do with the billionaires. Okay? Because she's putting down a certain sexual orientation. And I think what she's actually doing is she's talking about the billionaires. Okay? I'll put it all together for you so you can connect the dots. And I got some other stuff to talk to you about, the food and all that. But right now, before sun starts to go down, I have to go out and change the oil in my car. So stay tuned. There's not even anybody in here. Like one person and no comments. Okay, so stay tuned and we'll talk to you